Hey, you can't sleep here. This is private property.
I'm not sleeping. I'm waiting for my daughter. She's inside that building.
Which building?
The dance studio, right there. Her class ends in 10 minutes.
You been drinking? Your eyes look red?
I just got off a double shift. I'm a firefighter. I'm tired.
Sure you are. Let me see some ID.
My wallet's in the back.
Hey, you can't sleep here. This is private property. I'm not sleeping. I'm waiting for my daughter. She's inside that building. Which building? The dance studio, right there. Her class ends in 10 minutes. You've been drinking. Your eyes are red. I just finished a double shift. I'm a firefighter. I'm exhausted. Sure you are. Let me see some ID. My wallet's in the back. Officer Lucas Bennett had been on the Boston Police Department for 2 years, and those 2 years already showed a concerning pattern that supervisors should have noticed sooner. 3 complaints in 2 years. All 3 involved encounters with black men in situations that didn't need police attention. A man sitting on a park bench eating lunch, questioned for loitering. A man talking on his phone outside a coffee shop, detained for suspicious behavior. A man waiting at a bus stop with groceries, searched for possible theft. Each complaint ended the same way. Verbal counseling, which Bennett acknowledged but never seemed to internalize. One Saturday evening in Boston, his inability to see black men as ordinary people in public collided with someone whose job was running into burning buildings to save lives. That collision would end Bennett's career before it really started, cost the city $1.6 million, and expose how departments keep officers with early warning signs on the job. Marcus Webb, a black man in his late 30s, was sitting on a curb near his car, waiting for his 8-year-old daughter's ballet class to finish, his body heavy from fatigue after a double shift at the firehouse. No crime, no disturbance, no laws broken, just a dad waiting for his child. But Officer Bennett saw him through such a narrow lens that a tired man on a public curb appeared suspicious. He couldn't imagine someone sitting there had a valid reason, or that the man saved lives for a living while Bennett created problems out of nothing. Before we go on, where are you watching from? If this is your first time here, please subscribe. Stories like this need to be shared, and your support helps bring more truth to light. Boston, Massachusetts, Jamaica Plain, a diverse neighborhood of families, young professionals, and longtime residents. Streets lined with trees, local shops, community centers, and small commercial strips where kids take dance lessons and parents wait outside. It was 5:45 on a Saturday evening in early March. The sun had set 30 minutes prior, that time of early spring when dust rises fast and the air still feels winter cold. Temperature in the low 40s. A few people were out finishing errands, picking up children, heading home. Marcus Webb had been a firefighter with Boston Fire Department for 12 years. 12 years responding to emergencies, pulling people from flames, performing CPR, cutting victims from wreckage. Twice recognized for bravery, trained new recruits, worked holidays, birthdays, anniversaries. Captain called him reliable, crew called him fearless, families called him a hero. Marcus grew up in Roxbury, son of a bus driver and a home health aide, saw his neighborhood struggle, watched poverty and violence take tolls, decided early to help. He considered becoming a cop, but chose firefighting instead. The work felt simpler, clearer. When you saved someone from a fire, you were saving them, period. No gray areas, no questioning motives, no bias to navigate, just a clear goal. Married young, had a daughter, Zoe, divorced when she was 3. Co-parented effectively with ex-wife, split custody, shared decisions, always put Zoe first. That Saturday, it was his weekend. Worked a double 24-hour shift covering a sick colleague, finished at 3 p.m., went home to shower and change, then drove to pick up Zoe from ballet. The studio was in a small commercial building on Center Street. Class ended at 6 p.m. Marcus arrived at 5:30, parked his silver Honda nearby, got out to stretch. Exhausted. Body aching from sleep deprivation and physical labor. Sat on the curb to get fresh air, clear his mind before Zoe came out. Jeans and Boston Fire hoodie, badge and ID and wallet inside car, phone in pocket. Closed eyes briefly, feeling cool air, shaking off fatigue. Doing nothing wrong. Just a father waiting for his daughter. Every right to be there. But Officer Lucas Bennett patrolling saw it differently. Bennett, 2 years on Boston PD, straight out of the academy, minimal life experience, maximum confidence. Supervisors called him eager but impulsive, code for making stops based on gut feeling instead of facts. 2 years, 3 complaints. A high rate for such short time. All 3 involved a pattern, black men doing ordinary things, man on bench eating lunch, questioned, ID demanded, told he couldn't be in park alone. He was a hospital nurse. Complaint filed, ended with verbal counseling. Black man on phone outside Starbucks, suspected casing store, weapon drawn, explanation demanded. He was a software engineer waiting for coffee. Complaint filed, ended with community engagement training. Black man at a bus stop with groceries. Suspected theft, bags searched, receipts demanded. All legally bought. Complaint filed, de-escalation workshop required. 3 complaints, 2 years, all black men in public, all showing same bias. Boston PD treated Bennett as a rookie, not as someone showing a clear, harmful pattern needing correction. That evening, Bennett drove through Jamaica Plain, spotted a man on a curb by a car. To Bennett, it looked suspicious, maybe homeless, drunk, casing cars, or planning a break-in. He didn't consider many innocent reasons: tired parents waiting for children, or why a man quietly sitting needed police. He just investigated. Pulled patrol car up. Do you think sitting on a curb requires explaining to police? Comment below. Marcus heard the engine, opened eyes, stomach sunk. Nothing wrong, just sitting, but black in America long enough to know innocence doesn't guarantee safety. Stayed seated, hands visible, waited. Bennett approached. What are you doing here? Marcus calm. Waiting for my daughter. Class ends soon. Which class? Right there. Marcus nodded to the studio 15 feet away. She'll be out any minute. Bennett stepped closer, studying Marcus. You been drinking? Marcus frustrated, voice calm. I'm not. I just finished a double shift. I'm a firefighter. ID. In the car. Can I stand to get it? Here, inexperience became dangerous. Bennett should have accepted explanation. A man waiting for his child is normal. But training emphasized vigilance, looking for deception. Everyone has an excuse. Everyone claims legitimacy. Stay put. Marcus gestured to silver Honda. Bennett looked inside. Nothing unusual. Clean interior, no contraband, no theft evidence. Firefighter? Yes. Boston Fire, Station 19, 12 years. Bennett didn't soften. Hoodie could belong to anyone. Marcus. Officer. ID and badge are in car. Need to reach them. Why really here? Dance class. Marcus gestured again. Many cover activities with kids? Marcus' jaw tightened. I'm sitting on a curb waiting for my 8-year-old. What cover? Bennett radio dispatch. Backup needed, male, possible intoxication, suspicious behavior. Marcus's eyes widened. Suspicious behavior. Sitting down, that's it? A woman came out with her daughter, saw patrol car and Marcus with officer. Everything okay? Yes, Denise. Officer concerned because I'm sitting here. Another parent. Zoe's class confused. Marcus picks up Zoe every other Saturday. Always here. Bennett defensive. Step back, ma'am. He shouldn't be doing anything wrong. Police business. Another car arrived in 3 minutes. Officer Sarah Kim, 8-year veteran, recognized Bennett's tendency. Saw Marcus on the curb, parking lot, no intoxication, no danger, just Bennett. Bennett, what's happening? Subject on curb, says waiting for daughter, seems intoxicated. To Marcus and Denise. What happened? Marcus, tired and frustrated. Explained, double shift, waiting for Zoe, accused of suspicious behavior, backup called. Denise, known father, picks up daughter every other Saturday, nothing suspicious. Kim pulled Bennett aside. Firefighter, witness confirms. What did you think? Suspicious curb sitting. Kim, 3rd complaint in 2 years, all similar, all black men, normal activity. See the pattern? I was thorough. You were profiling. Dance studio door opened, girls ran out. Zoe saw Marcus, then police. Froze. Daddy. Marcus' heart broke. I'm fine, sweetheart. Misunderstanding. Zoe ran, tearful. Why police? Did you do something? Marcus knelt. No, baby, didn't do anything. Officers just checking. Kim knelt. Your dad's fine, honey. Ready to go home? Zoe nodded. Kim, going home now. Supervisor arrived 10 minutes later. Lieutenant Frank Morrison, 19-year veteran, reviewed complaint twice before, spoke with Kim, Denise, studio owner, Marcus, turned to Bennett. Radio and badge, administrative leave pending investigation. Bennett, pale. Morrison, harassed a firefighter for sitting on curb, accused of intoxication with no evidence, and traumatized 8-year-old. 3rd complaint in 2 years with the same bias. Done until Internal Affairs investigates. Bennett handed over items. Morrison apologized to Marcus. Stop should never have happened. Officer investigated. File formal complaint fully supported. Marcus saw Zoe through the window, scared. Rage simmered. Contacted firefighter union, legal counsel. Story in Boston Globe Monday. Firefighter detained waiting for daughter. Officer's 3rd complaint in 2 years. Fire department publicly supported Marcus. Police commissioner called. Fellow firefighters shared experiences. Parents wrote letters. Marcus filed a lawsuit against Bennett, training officer, Boston PD. Allegations racial profiling, discrimination, unlawful detention, harassment, false accusation, Fourth Amendment violation, emotional distress to child, failure to train officer with clear bias. Complaints included Bennett's record. 3 complaints, all black men, all dismissed with minimal consequences. City reviewed case. Witnesses confirmed Marcus's presence. Pattern of bias, obvious. City settled 14 months later. $1.6 million. Substantial settlement reflected trauma to daughter and harassment pattern. Bennett terminated 9 weeks after incident. Termination letter, engaged in racial profiling, detained without cause, accused of intoxication with no evidence, created traumatic experience for 8-year-old, clear pattern of bias shows unsuitability, termination immediate. Name entered National Decertification Index. Career ended, did not appeal. Marcus testified at City Council hearing. I respond regardless of race. Run in while others run out. Officer saw me on a curb, thought I was criminal. Scared my daughter. Zoe asked if the police would take me away. 8 years old. Shouldn't think that. $1.6 million paid because a 2-year officer couldn't imagine a black man on a curb was a tired father. Money doesn't erase daughter's fear or prevent next Bennett incident. Boston PD changed policy 6 months later. Mandatory bias training before field certification. Automatic investigation after 2 similar complaints in 3 years. Real-time supervisor review of all stops with suspicious behavior. Community feedback in evaluations. Question: why do rookies with obvious bias get verbal counseling instead of termination? This wasn't one Saturday. Department allowed Bennett to accumulate 3 complaints without realizing counseling wasn't working. Pattern clear. Year 1, 2 complaints. Year 2, 3rd complaint. Boston PD treated him as developing officer instead of recognizing immediate threat. Marcus paid the price. Harassed while waiting for child, forced to explain presence. Daughter scared. Bennett's career over. City paid $1.6 million. Consequence came only after 3 complaints, multiple training sessions failing, pattern obvious from start. Real question: what changes now? Departments act after complaint 2. Recognize bias immediately. Understand fathers shouldn't justify picking up children. If system isn't fixed, next 2-year officer, next victim, next firefighter questioned outside dance studio. Should 2 similar complaints in 2 years trigger immediate termination for first 3 years of officers? Stories matter. Traumatizing 8-year-olds should end careers, not generate counseling. Subscribe if you agree. Exposing departments treating patterns as learning curves, demanding better, defending fathers who pick up children without interrogation. Not one officer or firefighter, about systems, giving endless chances to biased officers from day 1.